This morning for you on Daybreak, Community Foundation of the Ozarks is finding new ways to help the local nonprofit community.
And after more than 60 years of public service, Greene County Commissioner Harold Bench is getting ready to retire. We'll hear from him in just a couple of minutes.
Also up in Kansas City, police announced they will be getting body cams to wear while on the job. We'll have the details behind that. It's all ahead this hour for you on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us. Today is Thursday, December 17th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And Joe Moreno out here too on this Thursday. One more hour to go on Daybreak and hopefully a warmer Thursday on tap because running errands yesterday was a bit rough in the 30s, Jen.
Yes, it was in the 30s, but I was happy to see a little bit of the sun come out in the afternoon, that was nice.
I was out doing some errands, running some errands too, and it was kind of brutal just all day until we saw some of that sunshine peek out from behind the clouds, guys.
It's what we expect at this time of year, but I don't think it's going to necessarily happen today, right?
No, we're going to be a little bit warmer out there today, which is nice. We'll have near average conditions actually here across the Ozarks, but we do have some clouds out there this morning. We have them in Springfield, and they'll break up as high pressure continues to build in. This is a live look over Park Central Square as we take a look westward over downtown. We are going to have a smooth sailing morning commute, but it is still chilly. You need to bundle up if you are heading out early on this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s and 30s, 30 in Springfield, 28 in Branson, 30 degrees on the dot in Clinton. But when you factor in the wind, which will come in from the south to southwest today around 5 to 10, currently, it will increase just a bit more later on. We'll pump our temperatures up, but for now, it's giving us wind chills, which are in the teens for some locations, like Joplin, Rolla at 12. It feels more like 24 in Springfield. So that is why you need the winter weather accessories here for our Thursday. And our wagging and walking forecast will jump from the 20s to the 40s later on. Introducing Warrior here on Daybreak. So cute. Looks like he's just rolling around, enjoying some of that time in the backyard. As we mentioned, it's the 8th day of Hanukkah. Temperatures tonight will be dipping back into the upper 20s, which is a little bit above average for this time of the year. We are tracking even warmer conditions, and we'll break that down in when it arrives coming up in just a little while.
All right, TJ, thank you. And Community Foundation of the Ozarks has a new way to help certain nonprofits get their plans back on track after this year. And Caller 10's Nija McDonald is here to tell us about this new funding that's available to local groups. Nija, how does it work?
Well, yeah, Jen, good morning. CFO has created a loan for program organizations with missions focused on conversation and environment, animal care and advocacy, and arts and culture.
We've canceled Arts Fest, which we have never done in 40 years.
Executive Director Leslie Forrester says this is just one of the many impacts this year has had on the arts community.
Most of our revenue generating events were canceled or postponed or moved virtual. And unfortunately, virtual hasn't really proven to be highly lucrative in terms of a really good replacement for in-person.
Many nonprofits are finding themselves in this same predicament. One reason Community Foundation of the Ozarks felt led to help.
They provide quality of life to us in the Ozarks, and they've been hit really doubly hard, a lot of those organizations. They have not been able to have fundraising events. They've not had, in the case of arts groups, any performances. And a lot of their donors have been very generous to other types of needs, but maybe not to those organizations.
Fogel says by creating a loan program, CFO can be intentional with how it helps.
The minimum that they can request is $20,000. The maximum is $50,000. Certainly that is a balance because there's a lot of need out there.
Investments are limited to 501c3 charitable organizations. Well, the deadline for loan applications is January 15th. At that point, a committee will review submissions and then recipients will be announced February 1st. You can visit our website at ozarksfirst.com for a link to apply.
All right, another big story in Springfield. After more than 60 years of public service, Greene County Commissioner Harold Bench will retire in 2 weeks. He announced this back in January, weeks before this pandemic came into play. He says the loss of life and trying to relay the importance of safety measures to people have been the most difficult parts of this year. Bench served as Greene County Health Director for 2 decades and has been a county commissioner since '04. But in retirement, he doesn't plan to just sit around.
I serve on somewhere between 20, I'll have to count them up again. It's 24 to 26 different boards and agencies. I plan to stay pretty active in the community, working through those organizations that I've spent a lot of time with, because I see so much good done in the community, and I love to see that happen.
Putting crime into focus this morning, a Grandview, Missouri woman is facing felony charges after leading Vernon County Sheriff deputies on a car chase. The sheriff's office says deputies tried a traffic stop in Milo, Missouri, but the driver, 26-year-old Destiny Bisbee, fled. Police were able to eventually deploy tire spikes and stop the vehicle. Meth was allegedly found inside the car, which was later confirmed to be stolen from Kansas City. Bisbee is charged with tampering with a motor vehicle and resisting arrest.
In an unrelated incident, a Brighton, Missouri man is charged with a felony tampering charge after Vernon County deputies found him with a stolen vehicle. It happened on Highway 54 in Nevada as deputies stopped to check on a stranded motorist and discovered the vehicle was reported stolen out of Springfield. So the man was taken into custody. Suspected methamphetamine and multiple firearms were allegedly found in that vehicle as well.
An officer in Kansas City, Kansas, is recovering after being shot. It happened while he was attempting to pull over a car wanted for a hit and run in Wyandotte County. The officer initiated a traffic stop. The driver pulled over, got out of the car, and then shot the officer. The suspect got away and is still being looked for, but the car was found abandoned a couple of miles away from the incident. Physical evidence was found in the car and is being tested to identify that suspect.
In Kansas City, Missouri, police are rolling out body cams for officers to wear while on duty. The department says they don't have enough for every officer right now, but will continue to get more. That's expected to happen by early next year. KCPD announced in June it would buy the cameras thanks to several donations from foundations and business leaders.
Our day so far is quiet, but we are tracking some changes. Our photojournalist Tim is hitting the roads for our Daybreak Live Drive. No slick spots like what we had on our morning yesterday, but we are tracking another cold front. This one is not going to bring us really a huge blast of cold air like we were feeling yesterday, but it could bring us some rain possibly and some winds ahead of it. We'll time it all out and what we can expect here in the Ozarks coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist TJ Springer. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.